Hello all. So this is my first tutorial. It's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. Let's see how we go. As always, starting with your skincare. So I use a Skin Institute Multi-Active Mist Toner. That's just an always use it. You are going to have to excuse my slurring. That's fresh. My bad. Probably wasn't ideal to do it today. But anyway, we're gonna do it. So after applying, you can just let it sit. But because of my fresh nose piercing as well, we're going to just sort of tap it in. I'm also using the Nivea Mattifying Day Cream. I know it's cheap, but it works for me. So I have really oily combination skin. So normal, oily, so oily T-zone. And it drives me insane. I can never find a good, decent, face cream moisturizer that gives without making it too oily, or it is not oily enough, particularly because I do withdraw a lot of that oiliness when I do my skincare routine. So I'm going to just apply the moisturizer. Apply it down your neck. Don't be afraid to apply it down your neck. You are going to put makeup down there. That's the thing. Is you can have the most perfect color matching makeup, but you go to put it on, and guess what? It changes the way that your skin looks. That's the point of makeup. Don't be afraid to put it down your neck. Blend it out as best as you can, so that way you're not having to use very much in these areas. But you're wanting to change so that the texture matches what you've changed on your face. So if you're going from a matte to a dewy, or a dewy to a matte, they have to match. Anyway, that's basically my basic skincare, so under makeup kind of scenario. I use both of these. So I use the Mecca Cosmetica primer, smoothing primer. And I also use the Veil Mineral Primer. This one is much more expensive than the Mecca one. I find it's a bit of a muchness, really. They both do about the same. I find that if I don't use primer, makeup sticks to my skin better. So, anywho, today we're going to use the Veil. Only because I absolutely love the texture. The texture is like a silicone base for me. And we just apply all over. It makes a massive difference to my skin anyway. And just making sure that you're getting all of that primer smoothed out. Again, apply a little down the neck. You don't have to cut everything off from here down. Now, I'm no expert. I just want to say that. But I've been working with, so in the past I have done my diploma of beauty therapy and passed my makeup course with flying colours. But I also watch all the other guys on YouTube and Facebook. Bailey, couple of the other girls, and I watch them, they do their makeup, and I've taken a lot of their stuff and applied it to myself. So I am no expert. I'm not telling you what to do. This is what works for me. You've got to work out what works for you. I can only do little tips and tricks to show you what I do to make my makeup look decent. It's never flawless. I'm one of those people that will wear makeup and I will literally, I'll pop into work or something and I'll go like that. And the makeup is just missing from my nose and I can't even reblend it back in. I am no expert. So I do apologize for that. Okay, now we're back with so we're going to be applying concealer now. I use 2 concealers. So I've got the Maybelline New York Fit Me in the colour 05 Ivory. And I've also got the Stay Naked by Urban Decay. Now this one, the Urban Decay is a little bit hit and miss. I was sort of like simping all over Urban Decay. But I'm actually not that big of a fan. I use their All-Nighter, is it All-Nighter? Yeah, All-Nighter Waterproof. It's horrible. It doesn't work. Doesn't work on me anyway. And this has that same mattifying texture. So for today, we're using the Maybelline Fit Me. So I just apply quite a lot on the eye because this is, you know, I'm applying this is my base for my eyes. I always start with the eyes now. Never used to. Now remember, damp sponge, damp beauty blender. Do not use a dry one because it will just pick up your product and take it away. I just had to go get my cotton tips. Never can have enough cotton tips when you're doing eye makeup. They'll save your life. Anyway, you start to blend that in. Remember, tap, 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 not drag. You want to pack the makeup into those creases. That is why we tap. You can go up as high as your eye line, your eyebrow line, if you prefer, all the way up. It doesn't matter. We're working on this area here, so it doesn't matter too much. And it really doesn't matter how much concealer you use around your eyes. You are going to utilize it. And you can always add a bit more if you're not feeling it. If it's not feeling quite as even. And I'm definitely feeling that right now. Just needs a tad more. Now, the reasoning for putting your eyes on before you do the rest of your makeup, your foundation, you will get fallout. You are going to get it every time. It's going to happen. And trying to redo your makeup every time, just a pain in the ass. I'm going to increase the brightness just a smidge, just so that you can see more of like what I'm seeing too. This is my first time ever using a ring light to do my makeup. So this is new for me. Trying to get that lighting right. I mean, you can see I have imperfections absolutely everywhere. A little bit of redness. We're going to get rid of that. Okay. I'm going to do my eyebrows first just because I hate my eyebrows. So if I get them done, they're out of the way. Meh, doesn't matter. So I use HD High Definition Brow Kit by Face of Australia. And I literally just use the pomade. And I pack it where I need it to be. As naturally as possible. Then I try and find the right side of my brush. Try and shape the brow. I use the spoolie end to fluff it out a bit and brush it flat. It's still not looking quite right to me. I need to get my eyebrows done. I haven't had them done in forever. So that's definitely something that needs to be done. I like my natural eyebrows, except for this bit. It's the most annoying bit of my life. And we can always, like, if you go over a little bit too much, you can always just blend it back out. Just gives it more definition without changing the actual shape of the eyebrow, which I find a lot of people tend to do. Creating an entire new eyebrow that's not real. You're not even being able to use it to give facial expressions and things like that. So, but I find that the Pomade, like what that I use anyway, it helps keep them in shape. It keeps them there. My sister was asking me the other day, oh, how do you do your eyebrows? Like that, what I always do my eyebrows like 3 or 4 times and I can't get them right because they're not even. I said, they are not meant to be twins. They are meant to be sisters. So they're meant to look reasonably the same, but not identical. That's where she keeps going wrong. She's got very thin eyebrows, so poor thing. Unlike me, where my eyebrows require very, very little maintenance. I do the occasional pluck, go and get them waxed or stringed, cotton, whatever that thing is. Get that done every now and again, and that's the maximum of the maintenance that I do, because I just don't need to. I am quite lucky in that sense. I have to say, this is significantly easier in a mirror. Doing this on a phone screen is not ideal. We got some shape. I feel like this one's a little bit wild, but we will fix that up in there. Honestly, in most cases I would have plucked it, but not today. Not today, Satan. I haven't got time for that. Anyway, so now you've got your concealer base down, you're going to pick what kind of shadow you're going to do. So for me today, I'm actually not sure. Normally I'm a very nude kind of person, just go for the nude look, dark edges, smoky eye. That's about it. But I'm actually going to try something different today. So we're going to go for like quite an intense dark nude, but with a cut crease. So I'm using at the moment the Morphe palette, nude palette. Don't mind me. So it's Neutral Territory 9T. So I'm just going to go in with a blending brush to start off with a light color, just to pack on a little bit extra sort of concealing color into that crease and onto the top of the whole lid. You can also tidy up your brows while you're at it with that. And again, we're tapping, tap, 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 tap. Now, in most cases, I would 100% think that, I love cream eyeshadow. Love cream eyeshadow. I think it's so much easier to work with than powder. You don't get the fallout. There is not as many issues, whereas I feel like there are stupid amounts of issues with powder. So I have been known to, in the past, chuck some setting spray onto my eyeshadow palettes just to make it a little bit darker. Now, this is something I do because I'm uncoordinated. It's that simple. I use a little bit of Meefix tape. It's not too sticky, so it doesn't do any damage to your under eye. And I use that to pop underneath my lashes to create a line. It makes all the difference with applying things like liner. I am uncoordinated. That's the be all and end all of the story. I'm uncoordinated, so I'll take all the help I can get. I have ordered the Quick Flick so that I can start using that instead of using tape on my face. But it is medical grade tape, so it's completely safe. Like I said, it's not super sticky. It's not like some tape that you just offer some sticky tape. But if it's going to help with my coordination and getting the lines right, I am going to use whatever I can. And see, it's not sticky, so it's not doing any damage to me by having to take it off and replace it at all. And you just want to make sure that you've sort of got it lined up. Looks like I've got a little bit of excess, so I'm going to cut that off with my squeezoirs. Don't mind me, just throwing things. Like I said, I am not an expert, and this is my first ever beauty tutorial ever. I love makeup. I really enjoy it. I am not a creative type. So in terms of what I do in my life, so I am a business administrator as my trade, or as my employment. Currently unemployed. Anyway, that's a different story. Story for another day. But so in my hobbies, so I'm a mom to a 4-year-old boy who is a handful. Love him. But in my spare time, I ride motorbikes. So I currently have a Ninja 400. It's only a little baby bike. But in saying that, I'm still on my P's, so I can't ride anything bigger just yet. So I'm working towards that, working towards getting a bigger bike, working towards track days. But in saying that, I have to give myself a little bit of time. So as of January next year, I will be going for the gastric bypass surgery. And that is going to be a major change in my life and lifestyle, which I am so excited for. I'm so happy for it. I'm all for this change. I've spent most of my life struggling to lose weight, which I'm sure plenty of people can agree with. That is one of the hardest things you can ever do, is lose weight and maintain that loss. And so that's why I'm doing it. I'm 28. I have a little boy. I don't want to leave him because of a heart attack or something like that. Because of my weight. Now, genetically, it's definitely a genetic and hormonal thing. But in recent times, I've lost about 10 kilos. And I figured, no, now it's time to we got to do this. I am not happy with that at all. Give me a minute. I'm going to come back. Okay, that's the straightest I could get it. Oh my God. I am so sorry. Anyway, so I'm going in with some different colors. So I'm still using the Morphe palette for the moment. So that was the color that I've already laid down. I'm going to go in with a light brown. This one here. Get off as much excess as you can. Now, going to go around that crease and try and pack it in there, just in the crease. As you can see, that fallout's already starting to fall. That is the reason for the tape as well. Reduce the fallout. But also just to give that sharp shape. I'm going to go a little bit further out with this because I am going to blend it further later. Same for the other side. Now, I always find I can never get both eyes to look anywhere near the same. And it is so annoying So it doesn't matter how I apply it, even if I literally flip it and reverse it, it does not work. So you kind of just have to work with it and try and blend it out so that it will work for you. But it doesn't always work. Look, completely different. So I'm just going to blend that out just a tad further. Give that a flick in. Because we're doing a cut crease, it doesn't matter if we get a little bit here. We are going to remove that anyway. Just make sure you get it right out to the edge so you get that sharp line. If you need more, tap it in there. Okay. So now I'm going to use a bit of a different color palette. So this one is Sandstorm Baked Matte and Metallic Eyeshadow Palette by Barry M. These are all cheap, by the way. I don't pay a lot of money for makeup. Not when I can... There's a lot I can do with the same thing. So it doesn't matter if it costs $100. It doesn't matter if it costs $20. It all ends up coming out the same. Sometimes you'll pay a bit more money for something that's a little bit more highly pigmented or something like that. But in most cases, you're paying for the brand name. Surprisingly enough, I found all this stuff at Kmart the other day when I was there, and it was fantastic. I am really impressed with it. As I said, I am definitely a nude, you know, not natural color kind of person. And I'm using these loud pinks. They're quite good. I like them. So I'm going to go over this color with this darker, little bit darker orangey burgundy color. Let's see how that comes out. Just trying different things. You're going to pack it into the corners there and along that crease line. Now, what I'm also not showing you is that I have a towel on my legs so that I can clean off my brush anytime I need to. At the moment, don't really need to because I'm going from a lighter to a darker color. If I was going darker to a lighter color, or if I was blending, or I would have to either change brush or give it a very good clean, a proper clean. Oh man, this is what I'm talking about. It's not even. It's driving me insane. But we are just gonna blend it, so then we get that look. Sometimes you have to compromise perfection, and it's frustrating. I get it. I get it. I deal with this all the time. And then I am going to go in with a much darker color now. So it's looking very, very orange to me. When you look at these palettes, they're more burgundy. I am not loving this color shade right now. So I'm going to go in with something that's a heaps darker. With this dark brown here. And try and just everything under the crease, make it darker. And look at all that fallout. Another good reason to have the tape. I have used sticky tape before in desperation, just for the sake of it, because it is just so effective. It works really well. And when you pull that tape off and you see just how much of a perfect line you have, it's great. Now, I am fully open for other makeup artists to come in and critique what I'm doing, 100%. Be kind, please, be kind, because I am trying. You know, I am very fresh to this. But if you wanted to come in and give me some tippies, I am all for it. Just be nice in your delivery. I'm all about sharing the wealth of knowledge and you know, trying to, you know, change the world one girl at a time. Something you can change, something you can teach someone. It can make all the difference to their confidence, their abilities. Just be kind. So, like, I've darkened out those edges there. I'm just going to give it a little bit more of a blend. Because I'm just not entirely happy with it. But we're going to make it work. Because I'm not taking it off. Anyway, now I am going to go in with a smaller brush. So, this is what I have been using. I don't even know what it's called. So, apologies. Can't help you there. I'm pretty sure it's just a blender brush. But I am going to give it a quick clean so that I can use it again after. I'm going to go in with this. Flat brush. Flatter. Going to tap. Get rid of any excess. And I'm just going to build in around this corner with the black. So this is quite a deep black. It's heavily pigmented. Love it. I love heavily pigmented black because you can do so much with it. And if you need to, use your finger. You've got them there for a reason. Use it. Just to get that little, you know, little bit more of a blend. I'd definitely be interested to hear what all your favorite music artists are, guys. So me personally, I am into dubstep and metal. That's me. I am a raver girl. And a metal kid. Always been a metal kid. That's just how I have always been. That's what I grew up with. Not from my parents, of course. My parents were country music. But absolutely love anything that's got a good beat and gives me a good drop. You know when they give you those goosebumps? Yeah. That's what I'm always chasing. So some of my favorite artists are, you know, Skrillex. I mean, that's just like I'm a 90s baby. Of course, Skrillex is going to be on the list. I am a massive fan of Datsik, Illenium. I am looking at my Spotify playlist as I'm doing this, so hang on. No. So like In Flames from the old school days. I remember Guitar Hero. That was the best. Excision. Any good Excision song that's got a big old drop. I am a big fan. So now all I'm doing, I am just trying to blend this out because this black is not behaving the way that I was hoping it would on this eye. We will get there though. Just trying to avoid taking it anywhere that it doesn't need to go. It is very dark, and one of the benefits is you can just come in with a lighter color, blend that in, and soften it up a bit. But it's this is proving to be quite a difficult color to blend with. That's a little bit better. So, just trying to blend this in a little bit more. In and out. Because we are trying to get that cut crease look eventually. That's better. Sometimes you just gotta pack some more on. And I'll just blendy. Blend it out right to the edge. We are going to go in with liner, so it doesn't have to be perfect by any means. Feels like it's no, that's sitting perfectly. Okay, it's just It's blending better on this side than it is this side. This is what I was saying. It's sometimes your eyes just do not want to cooperate. Well, your hands. I don't know. Maybe it's just not wanting to stick. Maybe it's, I don't know. Look, I feel like that's probably as close as I'm gonna get. So now we're gonna go in with cut crease. In terms of color, I'm gonna go for sort of like a bronzy goldy glitter. But we're just gonna go back in with our concealer, and now this is where you can use, and it would be good to use, a matte concealer. Some people just use their finger to do this. I mean, I do sometimes if I'm in a rush, but generally I will grab my small brush. If it's clean, that helps. So I'm going to use this brush for this purpose, and just going to basically lighten up the area and remove that like get it tacky. Let's make it feel a bit tacky. And that way we can pop on the glitter and it will actually stay, because that is always a big problem. You can't put glitter on a powder base. It just won't work. It will work. It won't stay. Me just being all assumptive and everything. Don't mind me. I'm going to need just a tiny bit more of that concealer for the other side. Ooh, that was a bit much. Just to blend that out a bit more into that black. So the reason why I'm doing all this is, hey, I'm unemployed. So I was suffering with a pretty severe depression, and I thought, why be depressed when you can do makeup? I am fully prepared for the trolleys to come in. I am not a gorgeous person. I'm not naturally beautiful. I am just a human being, and I use makeup to express myself, to express confidence when I am maybe not feeling so confident or so good about myself. Can't do my hair for shit, so makeup was the next best option. And I don't have high expectations of myself for this to be perfect. It is what it is. Just trying to get that to be even. So this is where I might come in with the finger, because there we go. I'm going to come in with the finger on this side too, just to spread that out a little bit more. Okay. Now I'm going to take that blender brush that I had earlier and just put a little bit more color back in there. Just so now, using that blending brush, I am going to go in with this bronzy color here. And this is where the patting is very important, because glitter goes absolutely everywhere. And whilst we all love a bit of glitter, you don't want it absolutely everywhere on your face because it's a bitch to get off. Not only that, you want to keep that pigment there. If you spread it around, you are not going to get that pigment. Okay, look. That's probably as good as we're gonna get. Like I said, this is not easy without a mirror when I'm using a phone screen. Give yourself a bit more of a blend. Now, whilst you still got the tape on, get your liquid liner or your old liner, whatever liner you want to use. I usually use this Thin Lizzy liner. It's been a bit iffy lately, I'll be perfectly honest. It's not been applying quite as well as what I would hope, or as well as it was, probably because it's got a build up of shit on it. So we're going to try, I'm going to try and get a bit of a better line out of it. I think it's nearly gone anyway, so instead I am going to use one of my other liquid liners. Again, it's another Thin Lizzy. Oh no, sorry, Nude by Nature. In the color black. Because black. Now I try and get this brush as thin as possible. I need to up my brightness a little bit because I need to be able to see the corner of my eye. There we go. So I'm going for just a bit of a wing at the moment. This is really handy having the tape because you can get quite a perfect wing by doing it this way. It's not perfect by any means. This is one thing that is the absolute bane of my existence, is trying to get a wing. Particularly when I don't have any mirror to go through. Hang on. See if I've got a mirror because this is going to kill me. It ain't a wing. Look, when I move it might come out okay. I might have to do some tidy up. So again, I just can't do this shit and I need my Quick Click to hurry up. I ordered it in like March. I don't know where it is. Come on guys, you let me down. This is, see? That's a wing. Part of. Now we can just thicken it out a bit. Everyone talks about bat wings and all this stuff. I'm just like, look, if I can get it to be straight, that's the best I can do. Thank you very much. Why'd you open your eye? See, this is what I'm talking about. I just can't do it. I am not good at this at all. But if I can get it to look good, it looks fantastic. Especially with the falsies on. That looks terrible. I don't like it. And that's where we come in with our cotton tips. Always got cotton tips everywhere. Literally, they're everywhere. My husband loses his mind about it. And one of the best tricks I ever learnt was a little bit of primer. If you pop that onto a cotton tip and you do this, it just sort of removes it without making too much of a mess, which is fantastic. It's what we want. Going to tidy up this other wing edge over here. I mean, I have a correction pen for this thing, but just sometimes it is just easier to do it this way. And then give it a bit more of a tidy up the other way. I'm going to tidy up this wing as well because I'm not entirely happy with it. Okay. It's just I don't work good with these types of eyeliners. They're not my type of eyeliner. That I wouldn't use it if I had a choice. Today I do not have a choice because my other eyeliner has decided to cock it. So we're going in with a different option here. But I hate it. I hate it so much. Best thing now to do is then reblend all your stuff. If you need to grab the palette and pack some more in there. That's what you got to do. Just get it reblended back out. It's not as difficult as what it looks. It's just frustrating. It's something you'd probably prefer to not have to do. I agree. Because it also changes everything too. It changes how it all sits as well. And then you want to jump back in there with your black. We're going to thicken that back up again. Not too much. Blendy, 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 blend. We're just going to go a bit darker on the edges now. Because that's what happens. I'm going to come back. Okay, I think we saved it. That wasn't ideal. See, I'm losing so much pigment out on this outer corner all the time. That's better. Just going to tappy, 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 tappy blend. This is darker than what I would normally do. Definitely. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I usually go for something that's definitely a little bit more simplistic. Something that's definitely got a little less loudness. But that's for my everyday wear. I think it's pretty normal for most people. I'm actually going to go in with a pencil liner to do over the top of my lids because I just can't. I can't do this. You really shouldn't use pencil for wings. But given that we've kind of got a half-assed template, we can probably get away with it. And it doesn't matter too much. We're putting lashes on anyway. Okay. It came out better than I thought. Now's where we can start sort of tidying things up around the eye. Come on. See, it's not behaving. Not behaving. This liner really doesn't want to stick. Like, at all. It doesn't want to give me anything. It's not playing nice. So I'm going to go back in with the liquid. I'm going to try this liquid, see if I can get it to apply, because I find that this just gives me the absolute best look. It's nice and dark. It sits nicely on the eyelid. That's better. Look, not by much. Like I said, we're not good with wings. I've done the best I can. And that's the thing with makeup. It's all about trial and error. Trying to work out what works for you. What doesn't work for you. I have had so many, you know what? That don't work for me moments. Like I said, I'm not an artistic, so I can't do what those other girls do with the ooh, and they just and it's on and it's perfect on both sides. I am Gumby. Maybe that should be my tag name. Gumby. And I'm going to blend that in towards the inner eye after I clean everything off. I'm also going to pull that in a little bit more. Going to remove that now. You see, they're not even, but they're close. I've had it much worse and left the house with it like that, so. It's just not the best wing. I just can't do it. It's something I regularly struggle with. Is a wing. And that's okay. Shit happens. There's just some things that people are really good at. There's some things that people are really crappy at. And this is just one of those things. I'm not good at it. I am going to clean my face up and come back. Okay, we're back. It's tidy. That's the best I could do. Like I said, I'm no expert. I am not good at this. It's all for shits and gigs. So why not? Okay, so just quickly tidying up my desk because it's a bit dirty. And we're going to put on lashes last. Always lashes last. Because if you're putting on any type of powder, concealer, whatever, it's going to fall on your lashes. It's going to look shit. Just make sure that you're happy with what you've got here. Give it a bit more of a blend out if you need to. But otherwise, look, it works. Today, it has worked for today. Now, I mean, looking at this is in warm light. This is white light. If we reduce it down a bit more, you can see the darkness of that pigment. And that's more of a blue light, giving us, look at all those imperfections. If we go for the yellow, you know, I mean, it is making it look much more gold for the moment. But we're gonna work on that. It will look different once you've got lashes on and you do your hair. Everything always does. That's just how it works. So now we're going to put it on some concealer. So now I use the Maybelline Fit Me. So this is the Matte and Poreless. And the 112 Nude Natural Ivory. I am a very light-skinned person, no matter how much Aboriginal blood I have. But it's just, this seems to blend out to the perfect color for my skin, which is really weird because I honestly thought it was going to be too light, because the Urban Decay is roughly the same color. Like, I mean, I think they would be a shade apart. And it is so light, it makes me look so pale. It's very much not a nice color. So again, we're going in with the damp beauty blender, and we're just tappy, 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 tappy. Perpetual tapping. Anywhere you haven't put makeup yet, put it there. Oh man, that hurts. Oh, ouch. Gonna have to take it easy on that spotting. Need to up my. There we go. That's a bit better. I'm going to need a mirror again for this one, just because sometimes it doesn't, it looks great on camera, but it hasn't blended out as well as what I would like, the way that I feel like it's a little bit more natural looking. I completely missed that spot, and I wouldn't have even known it. And I just keep a little bit on my hand before it starts to dry, to try and make it go as far as possible. Now sometimes you will see me drag. That's because I'm trying to blend it upwards. I am trying to remove some of that excess. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm in one of those really trust the process moments right now, because I don't. I'm one of those people that's very much about the finished product, and this is not feeling like it's going to finish out well. So if you can trust the process for me, that would be fantastic, because it's not really working for me right now. So I apply this all over. I later come back in with a highlighter or concealer and a contour stick, or just darker foundation. That's what I'm using at the moment, because none of my favorite beauty shops like Mecca had anything that I needed. When I went in there the other day, they sold out of my favorite contour stick, and I was depressed, and I was just like, okay then, I'll just get it. I ended up buying something because it was my birthday, and I got the free Beauty Loop birthday box, which, by the way, was nothing to rave about. It was pretty good though. Like, free shit's free shit. Free shit's free shit. Can't complain about free shit. So I use the very tiniest amount of Natural Beige 220 to do a little bit of my contouring. So, and I just use my finger and go into my creases here, just to bring my face, that face shape in a little bit. I do pop a little bit just on the outside of my nose like that, and blend it in as best as I can. I pop some up here just to remove that such round shape that I have. And I try not to go any further down than just under the chin there. It doesn't always work out, but it's what I try to do. And I obviously try to blend as best as I can, to give it the most natural look that I can. Just trying to suck that jawline in. And I mean, it sort of works. But then I don't want to darken up too much down around there, because I don't want to have to change my whole neck color, so that it matches my chin. So that's why I try and bring up some of that. And you can already see it's made my chin much more round, and it's reduced that line there quite a lot, of my double chin. My sexy double chin. One of the things I cannot wait to get rid of, to be honest. And then we're just blending out the top here. Obviously trying not to get it in the hair, but sometimes shit happens. You'll hear me say that a lot. It's like a motto, because that is what my life is like. Shit happens. And I'm just wanting to remind everyone, I am not a professional, and I am not particularly good at this. This is for fun. Look, it's giving me something better to do than lay around in bed being depressed all day. And I think if that speaks anything about the kind of person I am, is just being a little bit more proactive and doing something that's just a bit different. You know, that's me. That's who I am. So, you know, come at me with, you know, you can't do makeup. I fucking know that, okay? I get it. But be nice. It's not hard to be nice. That's what I don't understand, is people find it so hard just to be kind and to do kind things, or be a kind person. I don't understand that. I'm coming in with my setting spray now, because then I'm adding powder. That's all you need. Don't need to empty the whole bottle onto your face. Make sure it dries off before you do any powder. So I just ran out of storage. Lucky me. Anyway, so we're going in with the Hourglass bronzer. This is in the Ambient Diffused Bronze Light. So I'm a real big fan of this. The marbling. It's gorgeous. You don't have to use much. You just give a little dippy dip. And just highlight, you know, those areas that you've already gone over with your darker shade of either your contour stick or whatever. Just give a little bit more. I mean, you have to sort of resist the urge, but to do the whole lot, because it's just such a gorgeous color. I'm done with my bronzer now. So that is the darkest my skin is going to be, changing color. So it's reasonably good coverage for, like, you know, my foundation, and then everything else on top of that. I feel like this is the most flattering. So now I'm going in with the Hourglass Mood Exposure Light Brush Blush Premier. And I love this too. It is so subtle. It is a very, very sort of like cheeky. It's just super pretty. And it's one of those ones that like you can build. You can build. You don't have to just sort of go, oh, well, that'll do. Or that was too much. You can really build up on it exactly how you want to give you that color that you're looking for. If you're wanting that really loud red color, go nuts. If you're just wanting a little subtle bit of something, it's beautiful. I really enjoy using that one. Probably one of my favorite products is the Hourglass product. And that's not just me simping or anything like that. I think they're really good quality products. They're expensive, but good quality. Now I'm going in with a highlighter. So this is the MAC Soft and Gentle. So I don't like to highlight too much. I don't like my highlight to stand out too much. I like it to be there. So I like to highlight just around the top of my brow there. Like that, just to sort of define the brow a bit. Straight down the middle. Give me a little bit on the head, and which I will blend out more. Top of the cheeks here. Again, I will blend it out further. There. Like that. And we blend that out. Blendy, blendy. And that is pretty much all I do. I will now chuck on a setting powder. I am an incredibly sweaty human being, particularly my hair. So I sweat from the top of my head only, which means it then runs down my face, which means I do have to set really, really well. My bad. It's the first time I'm opening this one. So this is the Mecca Max Translucent Life-Proof Powder. This is the first time I'm using it, so let's see how that goes. So I just give everything just a bit of a light tap. I don't like to go over the board with that. That literally just went everywhere. Look. Anyway, I'll use what I've got here. And I just pat it on. I mean, look, because I'm so sweaty, it's probably going to do jack all. But we're going to give it a go anyway. Let's see if it makes a difference. I'm going to be wearing this all day today. I've got an appointment later. So we will see. We will see how that goes. Goddamn necklace, it never stays in the right spot. I'm looking forward to one of my deliveries coming today. I have a whole heap of City Chic stuff coming today. For the fans. I don't have many. I've got no followers. But we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. I also have $170 worth of shoes coming too. So sorry, hubby. My bad. You're gonna hate me. But thank you, Afterpay. Okay, so now we're just gonna go in with God, it's really tacky on the fingers. So now we're gonna go in with just any old mascara. Honestly, it doesn't fucking matter. You just chuck it on because you're putting lashes over the top anyway. Now for this sort of look, I would definitely say wear your hair down. I think it's going to look much nicer with your hair down. And that's what I'll be aiming to do. I will come back with a finished look once I have done my hair, but I'm not doing my hair on camera. But you don't want to go too over the top with it. You don't want clumping at all. You don't need it. Now I just gotta find my glue. So I've used these a lot. These are my Ardell Remy lashes. Look, they're not very expensive. They're a little bit more expensive than your standard stuff. But really they're not that much more expensive, but I find them to be a really nice fit and give you a bit more volume, particularly when you're with someone with like me who was not blessed with these gorgeous eyelashes from birth, like my brother and sister. Thank you, Katie and Jordan. But you know, I am a real fan of these ones. Sometimes, look, you got to trim them because they're made with Remy hair. Sometimes they get a little bit funny with their tackiness. And I'm just using the Ardell lash glue, and I just apply like the thinnest layer of glue. I am using clear glue. It turns clear eventually, so you gotta wait till it turns clear before you can use it, but there's literally like the tiniest time frame you've got. Ooh. Get them on there. Use tweezers. So in the last 6 months, I wouldn't have been able to put on fake lashes. It's really that simple. Now I am actually quite good at it. So I do struggle sometimes. It all depends on how the lashes are sitting. I can't do this for other people. Just wanted to share that. I am okay being the very clear word here. I'm okay at doing my own makeup. I am shit at doing other people's makeup. I mean, someone like my mum, for instance, maybe, you know, not so bad, but when it comes to someone like my sister, who is already a natural beauty, absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, nah. I don't do her justice whatsoever. So I just use me good tweezers. Do love them. While they are sitting, so they'll sit for about 30 seconds, I am going to place some of this on. So this is a Poudre. I don't actually know. So it's a duo matte lipstick. I don't actually know where I got this from. I'm fairly sure it was eBay. So, I mean, you can take a guess at where I probably got it from. One thing I was told when I was a child was I was always extremely good at putting makeup on. Lipstick, specifically. Without a mirror. As you can see, I'm not so great when I'm looking at myself. Not that it really matters, because it ends up, you know, you end up covering it with makeup anyway. But this is one of those ones that you put it on, it don't come off. It really doesn't come off. That's where you need your cotton tips back again. Wow, I have butchered this. I need to stop talking. So I tidied that liner up a little bit. I'm going to try again, but I'm going to come back. Okay, we're back. Look, like I said, that sucks. Get your beauty blender and try and blend that out as best as you can. It's not ideal. It's not the best color. I'm not good with liner. Like, I've never really needed to use it. Grab another one. All my favorite things. Where'd it go? There. I gotta try and do this quickly because I've gotta get the lashes on. There, we got it. Jesus. Well, we got it. I mean, it wasn't easy, I can tell you that. Okay, now I'm going to try and apply these lashes. So I normally start, I mean, generally they've got a left and a right, but these guys are kind of like, I mean, you got to pick. So I'm just going to make sure it's got the right amount of tackiness. It's still, I mean, look, it could probably go on. Let's see how we go. Nope. The glue dried. Nah. I decided to change glues because I have just attempted to put them on multiple times and it ain't working. So we're going with a different glue. This one's a little bit more hardcore. It dries better because you can put it on thinner. It makes a massive difference. I mean, I need to clean these lashes again. I've only worn them like once. They need to be cleaned again. Yeah, I have fresh pairs, but I just don't feel like they're just not as nice as these ones. I really, really like these ones. So these are the ones I'm gonna go for. I am also going to try and do my hair shortly. It's ready to be done, basically. Needs a bit of dry shampoo, and that's about it to get it ready. But yeah, gonna come back when these are ready. All right, let's try this again. Now that it's a bit more tacky and looking like it's ready to go on, we're gonna try again. Much better. It's just a better glue that will stick first time. I bought that other glue with high hopes and good intentions. Didn't quite work out how I wanted it to. I've still got a bit of excess on this one, but it's not too bad. It's tacky, so we're gonna go in anyway. Like I said, 6 months ago, I couldn't have been paid to put these on. Because I simply just couldn't do it. I didn't have the capacity to do so. It's something that I have taught myself. And having short, little, stumpy eyelashes is not my fave. So I had to do something. I was going to get extensions, but the upkeep is frustrating, especially when you're not going out every day and using them. So that's how they're sitting. This one is a little bit wonky, so I'm going to try and pop him back on. That's better. Much better. I'm just hoping the back is sticking. There we go. So that's that. That is how I would do my makeup. Like, this is how I did my makeup for my birthday not that long ago, from a birthday party. Not an expert. So this is the finished look. Done my hair.